Hola. Hi. Welcome to the restricted area, guys. Episode 5. Not 4, not 6, but 5. You know?
It's actually 5 this time.
I was like, is it 5? I was looking around the room like,
He messed it up last
I have to
time.
make sure. I looked in Rollo's eyes just to correct, the producer right here and make sure. Well, speaking of producer and Rollo, let me introduce the guys one more time. Got Rollo here, the producer. Got Mezzy, aka Chimeze, aka Doe Francis.
hey,
Got little Nay over here. Nate Dar holding it down.
Oh, shout out to Chris and Natasha. They wanted a shout out.
We're here in their daughter's room.
Daughter's room?
It's not weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of toys. Looks like a fun place to be.
Oh my god.
yeah, the toys are really cute.
Princess Kate, we're using her little dining room set right now.
Dining room.
And then last but not least, Mr. Hot Take over here, Boozo.
Hot take, bro.
Trap Bay. God.
Alright, just like how we start out every episode, we're going to shout out the new YouTube subscribers. So first we have, to complete the set, my oldest brother,
Yes.
Ramil. Good job, boy. Thank you.
We only need the dad now.
subscribing.
Alright.
Next one we got Jessica Wynn.
Hey.
Ooh.
that?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah, never heard of her.
Shout out, Bay. Thanks for following.
She ain't even listening, bro.
It took you long enough.
Damn. That was Albina.
Yeah.
Alright, and the last one we have my classmate from UTMB, Jaime Gonzalez, aka Jamie.
Turn up.
Hey.
Thank you for subscribing.
All right, and then we actually have 2 Twitter followers, new ones. So we're gonna shout out to the Twitter followers. Of course, apologies, Jessica. You follow us on Twitter, so I guess you're the first person to follow us in both.
Is that an actual stat or is that?
Nah, my brother.
Sounds like fake. Sounds like fake news. If I ever heard of it.
And lastly, we have Corey J's out in Brooklyn. So shout out to him to Brooklyn to Houston to connect. We always find big pimping. Jay-Z and big. Oh crap!
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Bun B?
Bun B. I was like big. I was about to say big pun. I was like, whoa. Bun B and Pimp C. Whoa.
Wow.
Man.
Are you from Houston?
You only remember New York artists?
I'm a little smizz right now. I'm sorry.
Shout
Taking
out
painkillers,
BK.
fools. Shout out to painkillers, bro.
Shout out to Painkillers. All right, so how are we gonna start this? Want to start with the awesome tourney bracket challenge that we had so far?
Oh man.
Thank you guys for joining the bracket challenge. Our group is 12, right?
Deep.
Yeah.
So how many of those were not not restricted area members?
My
We only
sister.
make up half.
Shout out me.
We only make a half?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So 6?
No, 7.
Everybody-
Janai and
and
Destiny.
Oh,
That was it, right?
7.
and Raybon.
So we got 5.
no.
Raybon didn't do it.
Raybon didn't do it.
Hey,
You
Raybon
would've
don't do anything with
You
it.
just saw a little basketballer on seen that.
All right, so 5 people not in the group.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for playing with us. Keep on watching us games. See if you're gonna win.
The
Remember-
mystery prize, alright?
Mystery prize.
Yeah.
Will
Low
be
key,
prize.
everybody's bracket's falling apart anyway. If you
Yeah.
had Duke or Arizona,
Listen.
sad face for you.
Arizona, I hope you guys are listening. You guys are the worst. You guys are so bad. I was like, look, Arizona has a pretty easy cakewalk
Yep.
to getting into the Final Four. Then they just have to play one real game. And you fools went out there and played such a poor last 2 minutes of the game. I was like, no, Arizona's up by 6. How could they lose this, bro? And y'all just found a way.
Yeah.
And I just want to shout you guys out for destroying my bracket. Because you guys, I had one hope of if I get most of the Final Four right, I feel like I still have some type of knowledge of sports, and now I'm done. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
I think our first topic is find a job that makes you happy. That's
Tougher than you think.
Yeah,
I'd
it's a
say.
tough topic to discuss, man. One, I don't want to get fired. I don't want anyone to hear me.
Yeah, I'm not
So we got
happy
put
with
you on the spot. You like your job or
I
not?
actually do like my job.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Alright, now that they're not listening,
All
what
right.
you really think?
Well, what I actually wanted to say was this job. No, I'm just kidding. I like my job. I think it's one thing I always did in my life. You guys know I'm probably the smartest person in the group, but just the.
That's fair.
But the one who just is a crew, but the one who tries the least, just because I need a little bit of motivation to try. So one thing that's never motivated me is, which sounds stupid, but in a sense, money's never motivated me. So motivated me to stay in school.
Gotcha.
If I was hooping, of course, that would be nice, but to stay in school, some people, shout out to y'all to being doctors and pharmacists and PT, but unless I really, really liked it, which there was a time I really, really liked PT, never liked pharmacy.
Thanks.
I wasn't gonna.
Man, give me back my drugs, then, bro. Sure. Give me back the painkillers, bro, that you want.
Can you keep this off the record?
That's cool. It's prescribed, so it's all good. So if anything, we're clear. We're in the clear. I was never gonna push myself to a put, but there are a lot of people in this world who have jobs. Who I see them even at my job. They come to work with shitty attitude and like, oh, I'm tired of working, or I hate this job. And you're like, why are you here? Do something about it. Go back to school.
Man, I feel like that's extra real. That part of it, it's hard for me, man, because it's like there's jobs where you got to get the job to get another job. You know what I mean? So sometimes people tell you like you just got to take an L for 1 or 2 years to work some job that like isn't what you went to school for, isn't like it's adjacent to what you went to school for, it doesn't do exactly for you what like you were planning to get out of your work. But the idea is sort of to like pay your dues and then you can get to whatever job you like. But I know even like personally right now, like I worked up at Epic last year for 6 months. I've been working.
Where's Epic?
Epic in Madison, Wisconsin. Shout out everybody over there. Gang.
Sorry I didn't pick y'all this year, man.
Should have picked Wisconsin.
I pick y'all literally every year in my bracket.
Shout out Nigel Hayes. But working at Epic was alright. I always knew it was kind of temporary because I wanted to come back to the H. But once I got back here, like I was doing what I always wanted to do as far as like the type of company I envisioned working for. But then I didn't think about like that entry level job that you're supposed to get. It wears on you, man. People, they try to work you as hard as you can because you're just out of college or whatever. It's not really like something that you really want to stay and do. Like you don't like to wake up in the morning and do it, and you definitely don't like to stay late and work on it, especially at home. So it gets hard to just tell yourself like, hey, every day for the next 365 days, just deal with it. So I always wanted to ask you guys, like, the rest of the guys in the room, you guys are like in school to do something where as soon as you get into it, you're doing the thing that you wanted. So I don't know if you guys feel like it was more worth it to go along that kind of career path. If you think, or you think like you just kind of pick something and you're gonna roll with it whether or not you like it or not.
Well, I mean, whether I like it or not, I mean, it's too late, bro. Like
that's what the thing is like. It's technically never too late. Like you could always go back and try something else.
Yeah, there's also about $80,000 in loans that I could have been I don't think it's an option.
So
really,
it is too late.
No, but I mean, I see what you're saying, man. But I always thought about this. Find a job you're happy with, man. I've always seen that, like, honestly, you can love your job and stuff, but your job can frustrate you. And I feel like I put my like what I really care about outside of a job. Like I can deal with bullshit and like all the like I worked in like stupid places. I never really cared about it, but the money came in and that's all I cared about. I deal with all the stupid people and just like in pharmacy, man. Like I work there, people are just literally they don't want to pay like $1 more for their medications. They yell at you for something, That's it. But the main thing I'm looking at, bro, is getting the money, and then outside of it is raising a family, man, having a nice family, bro. That's mainly what I'm going for. I don't really care. Like, that is what will make me happy. I find other things, enjoyment in other things. So I play games all the time. Shit, I mean, stuff like that. That's how I am personally.
So would you say the money is the part of the job that made you happy?
Yeah, I would say that. And I feel like I can tolerate it, too. Like, I'm not going to, like, do, like, I don't know. If there was a job like picking up like dog shit or something at a park, but they paid me like if they paid me like fucking like $30,000. No, not 30. Stop. I'm sorry. I was about to say a month, but that's ridiculous. But like if they paid me like a lot of money to do that, I'd be like.
See, but that's something like that's not hard to do. What if you had to do something that you hated that was also like not easy
I wouldn't
to
do it. No.
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing. Like I don't see. It's different for us because like I feel like. I knew, like, okay, I can do pharmacy. Like, I am okay with that. That's why I didn't go to, like, med school or, like, I don't even know if I would have gotten in shit. But, like, all those other things, like, okay, dental, I feel like I couldn't look at people's teeth all day. Like, that's just something, me personally, like, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Different, but...
I get what you mean, though. Like, I mean, right now, I'm just doing, like, because I'm still in school, I'm just doing, like, part-time work, I guess. And, being a part of the school system, I guess, is interesting. I'm not gonna divulge into like my personal experience in the school system, but like talking to teachers, you know,
rough.
Yeah, like, and you know, a lot of people who got into teaching really got into it because they thought they like, especially people younger, got into it like thinking like, oh, I can do something in the school system, or like people are teaching at their old schools. You know what I mean? Like I went back to my old school to be a teacher, be a part of things, and then to see their frustrations and their like the way that they like. It's an interesting mix because they'll tell you and you can see their frustration, but at the same time, like they also care about the kids. You know what I mean? They really do, and it could be just different things that you never expected to deal with as a teacher. Like they're like making this a point of emphasis on like this testing, and you're making this a point of emphasis, or like I'm getting kids that I did like my class size is growing and I did not expect to be able to like teach this many kids, or like, you know, but there's certain things that you just don't expect, and it's not the actual job, it's just the circumstances that keep changing around you. That's like, not that you never wanted to be a teacher, it's like you didn't expect to be a teacher in this environment.
Yeah.
So it's like certain jobs like where you're like, I like this job, but just I didn't expect to be put in this position.
I'll like piggyback off of that. It's just like there's a lot of people who like, oh yeah, I'll do pharmacy, and like they'll be like, oh yeah, like I like all the how the drugs help you, blah blah blah. I like the how we dose patients on what disease state they have, blah, this and that. At the same time, when they get out, it's like a lot of times you don't do a lot of that stuff in the farm. Like what they're really doing is fucking looking at 1,000 prescriptions every day, verifying whether or not the information is correct, and they're all like, fuck, you know, like that's okay with me because like, you know, money and all that, but you know, that's like you said, like that's not exactly what they envisioned for themselves, so a lot of people get unhappy with it. You know,
so those are two different motivating factors in as far as what you're looking for in a job to make you happy. There's that one side where that money side, and then the side where it's doing something that you want to do. Mine is kind of in between. I'm still in school. We'll be finished this year.
Woo!
And what I like about this program is that we've gotten sent on a lot of clinical rotations just to see what we're going to be doing out in the real world when we're done. So that gives me that expectation to know what I'll be doing and which kind of settings, because in PT there's a lot of different settings that I can work in, and just figuring out, because we learn a lot about all different settings, but actually being in the hospitals or in the clinics or going to patients' houses for home health, seeing it actually in work is a lot different than, like you said, learning it in school, thinking you're going to do this, but then actually being able to do it. Also, PT is a growing field, so I mean, there's some money involved, you know what I'm saying?
Some.
Got to pay off those loans some way, too.
It's just interesting because, like, there's a way to look at it, like, PT, for example. Like, you get to be out in the field a lot. You know what I mean? You get to really get a feel for what you're going to do before you start doing it. But, like, what we both know, like, things start to change. You know what I mean? And we're saying, like, for the most part, from what we've seen on the horizon, that things are getting better for us, for PTs or, like, people who are going to get in that field. But if there were, like, something to happen that would change it for the worse, how would you still feel about being a physical, you know what I mean? Like, how would you still feel about being a physical therapist if it's like they just start like making it so like
we don't have any responsibilities or the responsibilities that we thought we would have.
Taken out of your hands, you know, or taken out of your
basically
hands.
not what you signed up for.
Yeah,
like,
not what you signed up for, but it's like you enjoy your work. It's just like it's now under these like circumstances. Yeah, that you just weren't really planning for, and it wasn't looking like that was what.
I feel like that's a lot of jobs though in general.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people end up in jobs where they're not happy, and it's like it's not literally like the job that I went to school for. Someone's like, go to school for something else. It's like that's not what happened. Like what happened was when I got to the job, like things changed there. You know what I mean, in that field.
That's where the paycheck helps.
Yeah, the paycheck.
To be real.
The paycheck helps, but to me it's always like if you do a job that takes a lot of your time. So I'm in engineering, obviously, and if you work in that kind of environment where like, and people work longer hours than I do for sure, so I'm not trying to like complain about it, but there's people who are in R&D, right, for example, in the company, and they're like trying to get a product out, and they're going home at midnight. They're working 60, 70 hours in a week. If you don't even like what you ended up doing, it's a big toll to be spending that much of your life to do it. For me, I have made a recommendation to everybody to be like, expose yourself to as much as you can. Like see those actual jobs.
Like internships and stuff like that while you're in school, of course.
Yeah, see those roles as much as you can. Even if you got to do it for free, volunteer, you just watch it. Like, see the actual role. Don't see, like, the company. Don't see, like, a video. Don't talk to somebody who works there because they can never give you, like, what the actual experience is like.
Yeah. But then again, also, like, even if you do internships and stuff like that, it still doesn't expose you exactly. Like,
true.
Even when people shadow and stuff, like, it won't give you the exact thing. Cause
that's how it is. Like, even whenever I've gone for, like, observation and stuff at different, like, hospitals, different settings and stuff, it's like, at first, I swear, like, every time you're like, whoa, this is cool and stuff. And then when you get into the grind of it, you're like, oh, this is very repetitive. Sometimes, like, I mean, PT's different because sometimes you get different patients, but, like, some doctors see the same patients over and over and over and over for a period of time, and it's just like I can get like at that time where it's just like it's a grind, you know what I mean? You're there and you're just grinding and you're doing the same thing sometimes, and it's like, and then you have to deal with certain like personalities, and once you're dealing with a patient with a personality, even if you don't like them, like you're gonna have to deal with them, you know what I mean? Like you don't get that kind of freedom where you could just be like, oh, I'm not gonna deal with this person.
So it's really how much you can put up with.
Yeah, it's how much you like how much you enjoy your job and your money to like put up with whatever gets thrown your way, which is sometimes just the hardest decision to make.
So would you consider that a big thing for you since you're like in a job thing?
I thought it was gonna be one of those deals like I'm working in something that like I at least kind of care about, and it's at least kind of like involves the stuff that I went to school for. But the more I find my position in particular, I feel like it's not work that I really care about or enjoy. You do the same thing all the time, and there's no sort of like end goal. There's never going to be a sense of accomplishment like I did what I was happy to do. Whereas
is that what you're really looking for then?
I don't know if that's exactly what it is. That's
you
why
work,
it's hard
from what
to
I understand, you work into like in an office a lot of the time, right? So you don't get that interaction with people that you would like.
It doesn't even have to be an interaction though. Like if I made something today, right, and then people used it, like let's say I even made like a effing new utensil, right? Like if I was one who invented that and I saw people really use it, that would be accomplishment for me. I would start the process like, hey, let me put it through prototyping and all this, and at the end of the process you're like, man, I made it and it's dope, like I'm happy with it, now let me try something else.
I feel like you're just in a position where you want to be part of like being a creator, and you're not being a creator, so like like you're never like you said, there's no I'm done. Now this is the new thing we're gonna start working on. It's like every day is like I'm just gonna do a new thing, but it's just gonna be the same thing I was doing yesterday. Like, it's not like you don't feel any attachment to it.
Exactly. It almost feels like it doesn't mean anything.
You have no attachment to it,
even if it does to someone.
It does to your company, but it doesn't to you. So based on what you're saying, I feel like you want to be more of either like a creative side of things, or like you said, like work with someone where you see progression with them, or like it matters to them, like it changes with them. So those are the two sides. I feel like that's the only two ways you'll feel a sense of accomplishment, is if you're creating something or you're working with people and you see your impact.
It's actually interesting to me because I heard this conversation the other day and kind of got me thinking about the NBA, where they were like, you're a player, like LeBron was resting or whatever, right? And they're like, LeBron's resting for the playoffs, and he's also resting because like it's hurting his body. And they're like, oh, all the old players never rested, blah, blah, blah. You're getting paid $70 million, LeBron. We don't care if J.R. Smith's missing a game. You're getting paid the big bucks to play. And I was like, he's trying to win a championship. Like
that's his job.
Yeah, his job is to win a championship. But they're treating it like your job is to do every day for those fans. Show them the thing that they came to see. Like he just can't feel that way. He has to know that like whenever you sit out some games, or the more minutes you play, the more likely you're going to be hurt. The more you play it back-to-backs, the more often you're going to expose yourself to that chance to get injured. And like the more you show up in the regular season, the more risk you put in your postseason. And I get it, like people pay the tickets to like come see the players, but to me it's like he's a human being. Like you just can't treat these guys like they're gonna be robots. Like the guys who like to go out there, like that's cool. Like they really want to do it. That's their prerogative.
But would you say like, okay, let's say John Wall, you love him, you love watching him play, and you were like, I'm gonna travel to this place to go watch him. I'm gonna spend money on a ticket. I'm gonna drive or fly, spend money on a hotel, and he doesn't even play.
I mean, I feel bad for them, but I don't think it's on the players to like make that happen.
But that's the thing, though. I understand it's not technically their fault, but I feel like as a player that you have people looking up to you, that they should feel bad.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I understand, it's my body.
I feel like if you're gonna rest your players, we just can't allow what you're talking about to keep happening. For players to be resting, and then, like, people are going to try and see them, people are going to do whatever. Like, the people in the Spurs-Warriors game were really annoyed when no one played.
Yeah.
And, like, there were certain fans that were like, in advance, they were like, we want to see Spurs Warriors. Like, there was people like Oakland fans who were like in like Texas who like went from different parts of Texas to go see the game.
Yeah,
and they were like, this is gonna be a great game. Also, there's also not only did they not get to see their best players, they got to see a bad product.
Yeah.
So it's like so it's like there's twofold issue there, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, if only there was a way to tell the fans that this is not going to be a good game.
That's one thing. Do you think that's going to be the standard now?
But I'm saying the NBA is going to... That's why the NBA, I feel like, was even more annoyed, is because if we start telling the fans and the networks that this is going to be a poor product, they're going to stop following. And like that game wouldn't have been sold out.
Yeah.
Get out of here. There's no way they're selling out with 4 Warrior stars resting, Kawhi resting, and LaMarcus Aldridge resting. There's no way you can sell that game.
Kawhi and Marcus were hurt though.
Yeah, the Spurs guys were hurt.
So like, if you can tell like these people that none of these people are gonna play, there's just no way to convince them to like buy the game, and there's no way like ABC doesn't want to even advertise that. You know what I mean? Like, it was just such a weird thing. Yeah, Lil Jon doesn't even want us to rap about that. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna turn down for that.
No, that's
turned all the way down.
That's the worst. Yo, it's just the worst for the people who paid like. The prices on the tickets were high because it was Golden State and San Antonio. Like, that's the worst thing.
It just needs to be a thing where if you're going to see something like the teams play, you have to remember you're going to see the teams. And that there should be an expectation for the fans that at any given time, especially on like a back-to-back or especially at the end of the year, these guys might rest. I need to buy my ticket knowing these guys might rest. But this is not the first time anybody has ever rested before.
That's true.
Playoffs. But I'm saying he like, you can't think that way because you can only think like, I only have a certain amount of opportunities to see my player.
Right.
So I can, like, you're saying like buying this ticket is a risk.
Yeah.
And that's not how people want to buy.
Yeah, like I would.
That's so true right now because also, me and my boss and a couple coworkers were gonna buy Rockets and Golden State game. But after the Spurs and Warriors game, my boss is so scared. Like, look, I'm not gonna like nosebleed. It's $80.
Yeah,
nosebleed.
Yeah,
maybe more now.
I know.
Yeah, and he's like,
you have to do the risk.
And
like,
he's
you have
like,
to see, like, because like I feel like that risk is low. Like, it's like, all right, like he said, like, Westbrook's not gonna sit anyways, but there is the chance that he will, but he still like most likely he's not gonna. And then it depends on the price.
This is not by mistake. The NBA chose at a certain point, like in the 80s, to emphasize players. Emphasizing Michael Jordan and these stars like Shaquille O'Neal, these guys elevated their product and they love it and they stand behind that. NFL's been more consistent than the NBA because when NBA talent drops off, when there's like not the Michael Jordan or like Michael Jordan takes a break or something like that, the viewership.
I think it's just the popularity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Football,
but I'm saying but football they emphasize the teams.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm saying.
Tom Brady retiring won't drop football ratings. People are just gonna keep watching.
It's the difference in sport too, because like the 5 people on the court, you're like, this one player makes a huge difference. Where like when you go watch, when you go watch a soccer or a football game, you're like, Neymar's out today for Barcelona, but you still expected Barcelona to win, and you still could go to that game and say like, I think like, it's going to be a good game.
Too,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's more people on the field, so the good teams have a lot of good players. Where like the good teams in the NBA can have like just a couple.
But
I mean,
also like
the football teams. The only player I feel like can change that for you is if your quarterback is going to sit, but you can't sit your players in the NFL.
Well, yeah, that's true. At the same time, and also
they do
like
end of the season.
But you know that everyone knows that by that point.
Yeah.
But I guess we could transition to another thing about the NBA that's been popular lately. It's PB&J. So I don't know if NBA fans, and if you're not an non-NBA fan, you still like it. Apparently, peanut butter and jelly is like the most popping snack to have before and after a game. So
not gonna lie, that stuff works.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe how PB&J works for me, but PB&J's been life for me. That's the only thing I could cook, basically.
That's not cooking. Okay.
That's a nice that's a hard cuisine. You have to.
It takes a lot of effort.
So we're here. We're gonna discuss how we make our PB&J.
Okay.
I want to start it with Rolo because you seem like you have many different.
No.
Let them know the backstory so that they know like we made the PB&J before this episode.
Yeah.
We all got to eat a little bit, see how each other do it in the kitchen, man. I just gotta say, I was mad disappointed with how everybody was handling their peanut butter and jelly. Brother, you go ahead and start
First of all, we try to make PB&Js, and Chibuzo bring the PB&J with no PB&J.
Come on, man.
It was just the containers with it, like.
He didn't even have.
He just brought bread.
No, we had to like scrape out the
There was enough peanut butter
jelly.
and jelly for me and you guys if you would have been light on both.
But you know he's not a real PB&J maker because he didn't even have backup. You gotta have extra, so when you run out, you can't be scrubbing,
Damn,
bro. You gotta
bro.
get the new pack, open it up, and get to working. You know?
And
He
I'm
kind
gonna
of
put the flames.
But the way I make my PB&J, he definitely did not have enough peanut butter in it.
Damn.
There
Who
was-
puts the whole container of peanut butter on one sandwich, bro?
Oh,
Alright.
goodness.
So I usually like mine not toasted. I just tried to toast it today again. I guess it was alright, but I prefer mine non-toasted because it's soft and it like melts in your mouth.
Okay.
So
Speaking of soft
Sounds
melts in your mouth,
I don't know. I don't want to know. So I get 2 tablespoons.
2 times.
Tell them how you put the 2 tablespoons on it.
Wait.
I use a spoon.
Via an actual tablespoon.
That it's not an actual tablespoon
I do the same
measurement.
tablespoon.
okay, you guys are really starting to bother me.
Table-
now.
Wait,
Table-
what do y'all use?
Bro, just use the knife.
Yeah, I was like,
No.
How are you gonna get
Hold
them?
on. How do you spread the
What?
the
With
peanut
the
butter?
back of the spoon.
There we go.
Y'all are just
There we go. What are you talking about?
Bro, use a spoon for cereal. When you get your peanut butter and jelly, you get the knife out and you spread it.
Yes.
A butter knife.
You use a knife to spread
the
things.
peanut butter.
y'all just hold on. Y'all just do that with PB&J or
Wait,
What do you mean? Like what else?
Wait, when you
Okay,
want butter, when you want butter or roll?
No, I use
Do you
butter.
ask the restaurant, hey, can y'all go back there and bring me back a spoon so I can scoop out the butter from the plate and throw it on top of my roll?
That roll is a little ragged, so you're gonna need a knife.
So you gotta
to
cut
smooth
it anyway.
through, yeah.
So might as well not.
you
use
gonna cut it with your spoon, bro?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
So-
So I gotta use the knife, and then I'm not gonna waste the utensil, so I use that for the butter too.
Okay, but do you ever cut your PB&J?
No.
Y'all are just
You guys don't cut your. I didn't even notice you were eating. So you guys went crust first into your sandwich.
They can't do it because they're using a spoon.
We don't cut. We don't cut. What do we?
So wait.
12? Fucking cut into my sandwich, split it in
What you
half.
mean? What sandwich place you go to where they don't split your sandwich?
I tell them, don't split
Nigga, I
my
got a big mouth.
Hold on. So you guys are going crust first into a sandwich in which you put 3
So-
tablespoons of peanut butter.
3 tablespoons.
I don't put 2, 3.
I put 2
1.
tablespoons of peanut
Dang.
butter and then 1 tablespoon of
I
jelly.
put
So
enough.
this
Matter
is
of
what
fact, I don't
so this,
measure mine.
so this
just
is what it's
all
like
in
when
the
you
eyes.
eat your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let me just recap. First of all, they used white bread, white bread tastes fine, but like let's be healthy.
Wait, what are
Yeah, I
y'all
use
using?
wheat
White
bread.
bread, wheat bread,
Wheat bread.
White bread if you care about your heart. You know
First
what
of
I'm
all,
saying?
There's
anyone
no black
bread.
bread, so I
who's
get
taking
the
at
white.
least anyone who's taken half a nutrition class can tell you there's literally no reason for us to be eating white bread at this
Yeah,
point.
But it
Okay.
tastes better.
Then more
white
importantly,
bread.
right? Whenever you bite into your sandwich, that means your tongue first touches the crust, which doesn't make any sense because why would you want to start your sandwich off eating something that tastes like basically cardboard, like a thin piece of cardboard? Then you get into the actual sandwich, you put your teeth in, and it's like all peanut butter and then a tiny sliver of jelly, and then you chew that, and then you swallow that, and you take another bite of that.
All right, Mr. Hot Take.
That
What do
tastes
you?
good. What you mean?
Mr.
I'm with them on the heavy peanut butter. Like,
Thank
I
you.
know that's him.
I
am not.
don't
with
really
him.
rock with jelly hard. You know what I mean? Jelly not
If
really.
you're not
meat.
doing it even, it's called peanut butter and jelly, not a lot of peanut butter and a little jelly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they should call it, because that's the way it tastes the best.
All right,
How do y'all do it?
all right, Mr. Hot Take. I want you to go because you've been throwing
Okay, I'm
shots
sorry.
left and right.
I know I've been getting on everybody. Okay,
I'll give y'all the hottest take after you. Right?
all right. So I gotta admit that I have not been eating as much peanut butter and jelly recently.
We can tell.
Damn.
I have a girl now. She makes like
She don't make
actual
you
food.
PB&Js?
She makes actual food, so we eat like actual dinner. But for a good majority of my life, I spent. And you can verify with my brother, about 50% of my meals were peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Other 50% were ice cream.
Don't leave out the cookies.
Yeah.
And then,
Kroger's cookies.
They're in the ice cream.
but I will get out there with the sandwiches.
With the sport.
I take 2 pieces of bread. Today I tried the toast thing too. The toast was cool, but I never really I might try the toast again. And today actually was good. All right, here's my tips. Man. I take 2 pieces of wheat bread. Honey wheat actually adds a little bit to it. You know what I'm saying?
Keep
Put that
talking
on the
that.
plate. Pull out your knife. Pull out your peanut butter from the pantry. Pull out your jelly from the refrigerator.
All right, there we
Open
go.
both those
Yeah,
things
all
up.
right.
You
Yes.
take the knife, put that peanut butter on one slice of the bread. It's all good. Then you clean off the knife as much as you can because you don't want to put too much peanut butter into your jelly jar. You pull out the jelly, put almost an equal amount of jelly on there. Typically, you're gonna have to put a little bit more back in the jar, and then put them together. You definitely cut that hoe in half so that way you can eat it perfectly. And then get yourself maybe a little
Are you cut it
glass.
diagonally or straight down the middle?
Straight down.
Diagonal. No.
I was not.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. No, here's what I'm saying. Like the fact that you were complaining so much about you were complaining so much about eating the cardboard, bro. You eat 3 slices of cardboard. Oh my gosh, it looks like fucking like I can't do that.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Savage?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Since Nathan the only one who's been living his life right, you three disgust me. First of all, you don't even cut your sandwiches. And if you're cutting yours down the middle, cut it in a triangle. It's the same amount of crust. It's Phil Jackson. The triangle, bro.
Trust me,
You got Shaq over here, Kobe over here, Fish in the corner.
You know how much time it takes to adjust to the triangle?
No, listen. Once you adjust the triangle, you're gonna enjoy the results because I'm talking rings, boy. When you eat sandwiches in triangles, it just tastes better. Cut it in good triangles, man. Hey, get your sandwiches in triangles. That's all. That's my only advice, man. You know me. I'm a heavy peanut butter light jelly, boy. What's the protein?
Do y'all use the same utensil for both PB&J?
Yeah.
Of course.
Then why? How come?
Okay. Matt, all right. This boy mixed his jelly with his peanut butter. You might as well.
Hey, that was disgusting.
You might as well buy a jar, those jars that have both.
Get you some Smuckers, bro.
Here's how I do it.
Why you looking if you go be nasty?
So now here's how A1 does it. They call me A1 for a reason. Get the bread.
You mix anything else with that?
He puts the A1 sauce.
Yeah. You toast it just enough. You don't want it too soft, but you don't want it too crusty because if it's crusty, you cut your gum and you're not getting it. So anyway, toast it.
I think that's why I stopped.
All right. So anyway, see, you get it.
Sensitive mouth.
So
You sensitive dog?
So then,
it's probably because they bite into the crust first.
Oh yeah, that cuts the shit out of them.
So then you get jelly. I don't know how many tablespoons. That's awesome vision. You gotta watch it and be able to test it. You spread it till it's enough.
Use your third eye.
Third eyes, of course. Then, since it's my jelly, I put jelly first, and since it's mine, I lick the spoon, lick the back of that spoon, because I use the back of the spoon to spread it, lick it so I can get a taste.
We can never live together, bro.
I get a taste of what I'm about to get.
You defiled a whole jar.
Of the potential, yep. Then again, I dip into my crunchy peanut butter. Dip it in crunchy. Spread that mug around.
How you spreading crunchy with the spoon?
Then,
hey, you said the crusty cut your gums. I think it's that crunchy
peanut
peanut butter.
Gotta
Rip
be
it up.
You just eat peanuts, nigga.
Hey, I eat peanuts too. When I'm at hard times, when I was desperate, I'll put the cream and I'll get some peanuts and I'll put it on.
I'm tired of you.
Yo, what's wild at the eBay house?
No, now I understand. You struggle. You sound like I was really struggling.
Hey,
I can't even judge you anymore. I'm just happy you ate your bread.
If any of young ACL's family members are listening to this, know that you've been eating his saliva anytime you dip into them.
They probably all do that too, bro. Where did he learn it, bro?
And they're cool with that.
Hey, right after he licked it, he give it to the next one. They lick it, bro.
It took time.
He said, I gotta make one too.
It took time for them to adjust to. Now, I don't lick the spoon while they're there.
I definitely can't live with you.
My little sister, I make such good PB&J. She comes to me for me to make her PB&J. That's how good.
Does she know that you licked them?
Because
how little was she?
no, it's still now today,
okay.
2017. Because unlike
Does
Rolo,
she know you licked?
She puts not unlike Rolo. Like Rolo, she puts way too much peanut butter and way too much jelly, and when you eat it, that mug is so disgusting. It's like glob all over it.
You don't want to control it. You want to be able to control it. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
You want to be in the driver's seat, man.
What that mouth do? You can control that.
You want to be on top. You don't want to be in the bottom.
Yeah, maybe I don't have a good
Is that an A1 advice or that peanut butter and jelly advice?
Take it and run with it.
Put that peanut butter and jelly on the counter. Look at it. Hey.
So I was also reading the ESPN article, and most NBA players like strawberry jelly. How y'all feel about that?
No.
I mean,
It's okay.
NBA players can't
I don't
always
eat it
be
with-
right.
yeah, I mean, they didn't even go all the way through college.
Yeah, they can't be. Don't let athletes be your role models, man. They put strawberry jam on it.
This is why they say never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Because it's things like this. Could you imagine if I met Steph Curry and he was like, oh yeah, let's go get some peanut butter jelly. Like, oh,
And he doesn't cut it.
I'm
And
like, Steph, all right, cool. This dude doesn't cut it in China. This dude's strawberry
He
jelly.
does like strawberry jelly.
I know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to know that. You know what I mean? I was happy rooting for this guy when I was assuming he eats his peanut butter jelly like a civilized man. I didn't know he was just a savage out there. I used to just let him run rampant through the house. Come on now. He has kids.
What
We're
are
going to raise them.
What are the others? Is strawberry, there's grape. Don't they have an apple one, right?
I see people do like peach.
Yeah, that
Peach,
peach.
that one.
Peach is popular.
Peach?
Yeah.
I've had peach.
I have all of them.
I
Like,
think peach jam is like the popular.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
There's also the
That one I
apricot
can condone with, but strawberry is it's a little pushing it for me.
Peach seems like it'd be like exotic, you know, like you like really going out there like pushing the limits. But strawberry just seems like you just got confused. You know what I mean? Like you missed, you missed the grape.
If I got the peach, I feel like I would be like Drake. Like I'm listening to some island music.
Some
and
little
I
passion
hit
fruit.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out! Hey, let's get some passion fruit jelly in here. You know what I mean?
Who are you talking to?
Hey, if you out there, you know you got some passion fruit jelly, send it through to the T restricted area so we can figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, slide into our DMs. We'll hit you with the address.
We might as well just talk about this more live since we're on this Drake stuff. So I want you to speak on it first. 'Cause I can't speak on it now. You know.
No, I mean the first time I listened to More Life. Shout out to Six God, you know what I mean. But first time I listened to More Life, I was like, this is so weird. Like that's how I felt. Like I honestly felt like it was one of the weirdest. Man, this is just odd. Like I don't know how to feel about it. But then I listened to it like a couple times because I listened to it on my way back from Austin, so I listened to it a couple times again, and I was like, you know what? Like I actually like it. I like it a lot because the songs sound better played through together than they do individually.
Yeah.
Which I was like, you know, that's a cool thing to have. You know what I mean? Like just kind of have a thing that like just sounds good together in a collective like of songs and not be like a concept album because only concept albums usually go in a direction of like they sound good together.
Uh-huh.
So that's something that you would find in a concept album. And I remember Drake saying like a long time ago that he thought Good Kid, Mad City was the last great concept album that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So the idea that he was never going to go for a concept album, like he was never going to do that. This is like his way of doing that.
I don't know. I listened to it and I did enjoy it. I the first time through again also thought it was a little weird. I remember listening to the first song and it had the sample. First of all, the sample in the first song as soon as it hit me was beautiful. That song I went and found out that it's called Building Ladders. If you could do yourself a favor, Building Ladders was FLAMES. And then I got into the rest of the songs and I was like, okay, he's rapping a little bit, and then suddenly it switched to that island sound. And I love the run of the Georgia's interlude and the songs that she was on with him. That one that's
Get It Together.
Get It Together. Hell yeah, that song with its like house sound, and then he gets into Blam and those songs. It was all A1 for the first half of it, and then in the second half of it, he kind of gets into his feels as a Drake thing. And I'm not always going crazy about those songs, but I thought they were all well made and stuff like that. The difficult part of it was trying to decide whether or not I thought it was one of Drake's better projects. A lot of people were like, yeah, it's better than Views. Like, Views is kind of like trying to do this, but this is like top version of it, best version of it. Other people were saying, like, but I haven't really heard people talk about, like, whether it's been better than, like, his older stuff. And I feel like it's hard to compare, so I'm happy that people aren't comparing it. But to me, it seems like Drake is at a point where he creatively is great sound-wise, like, how well he makes his music is at his peak. But he also, to me, doesn't seem to be, like, have fresh inspiration. So that's why I think it's dope for him that he's, like, going to take this time off. Like he says at the end of the album, he says he's going to, no, spoiler alert, if you haven't listened to the album, don't listen to this next statement. That at the end of the album, he says he's gonna like go on a little hiatus, let niggas live for the summer, so maybe Meek can sneak back in. And 2018, he's gonna come back and do stuff, and I feel like that's gonna be good for him to just kind of like, I don't know, reset and maybe come with something new.
For someone who's not a Drake fan, I mean, I don't want to say I'm not a fan, but I'm not a fan of the fanfare that he has.
So you're a hater.
So you hate all of us.
But I really like it a lot, man. To me, I was talking to a friend about it, and they asked me, is it the best project that he's dropped compared to his last 4 or 5? I guess that goes back to Take Care. I think Take Care is his number one.
Yeah.
No.
Still?
And
yeah.
I think I'll put it
You
second.
listen to More Life.
Oh, that's true. We'll see.
I'll put it second, but I'm not someone who I didn't really love Nothing Was the Same compared to a lot of people. Definitely didn't like Views. And then if you're reading this, that's a mixtape to me, so I fucked with it a lot.
Good?
Yeah, that was a great mixtape.
Yeah.
Like that was.
If you're reading this
like,
was hard, but
yeah.
like I always forget about if you're reading this when people talk about Drake albums. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, nothing was the same. Views, you know what I mean? Like, take care. I
Thank
always
Me
think,
Later.
Thank Me Later. I just think those. I even sometimes be like, oh, So Far Gone was cool. I always forget that if you're reading this was like a Drake, album, people consider it, and it got like nominated for a Grammy as an album. So I'm just gonna call it album, but it's fire. That thing was fire, bro.
So
I remember the first day listening to it, I was like, dog, this is crazy.
go enjoy it. Even these two people that's sitting here next to us, Rollo and Nathan, please. After
Yeah,
this,
I planned on listening to it. Does he sing more in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the
So
passion
like,
fruit. Have you
take
listened to
care of
Passion
it.
Yeah, Passion Fruit gonna be your jam, bro.
Yeah.
that's already.
Oh, actually, no. He
Yeah.
like the really like.
I like the
Rhythmic?
sad like.
Oh.
No. He likes the. How does passion fruit? Like, how would you?
Passion Fruit is like very
It's about
like,
sex?
upbeat, islandy,
No.
not
Sex?
not super sex.
But is it? That's all. Is it sex?
You can have sex.
Oh, okay, then yeah, all right. Everybody's gonna like it. He's gonna love it, bro.
You might like Teenage Fever.
It's not as heavy as like a Christmas
Teenage Fever? That's like his nickname, huh?
Hey guys, this is A1 speaking. And go ahead, open your third eye for your boy, because you listening to the Restricted Area Podcast.
Oh, we're gonna move to the next segment.
Are we're bringing back an original?
Yeah,
Are we gonna do that?
Let's do it.
We are. Let's do it. Would you rather? Buzo's own segment that he brought up. So I guess I'll throw it to him.
Yeah,
So go ahead, bring it up.
yeah. Let's get in on it. Would you rather? We can stay with Drake.
Just stay with Drake since we're still talking about him.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's a little bit different than Would You Rather. I usually just give you guys two choices, but this time we got Drake's Flames or X Flames. Which one would you rather date?
Like he's
Let's get us a
firing
list.
up.
Let's get a comprehensive list.
Okay.
You got it?
Like
Okay,
Love
so-
Flame?
So off the top list, I have Jennifer Lawrence earlier this year.
Oh,
Sade in some sort of
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lopez.
that's all I'm saying. I was like, Jennifer Lawrence.
I was
Go
like,
back.
Drake's slipping.
That's my fault. J-Lo, Bronx's own. He also has. He had Sade kind of right now, sort of like we don't know really what the deal is, but he got her tattoo, so we're gonna include her. Got Rihanna off and on for many years.
Nicki?
Well known. Nicki possibly.
Lil Flame.
We'll include her.
That's
Nobody
the
knows.
Throw her in there.
He also had Serena Williams, the champ, the GOAT.
The GOAT. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a popular title.
And
Put some respect on her name.
I mean, I'm not thinking of everybody he's
You know,
talked
there's
about.
Johnny Blaze, local stripper.
Malaya for
Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the old girl up on Peachtree and all that.
hey, no, these are people that, so maybe some people pick them.
But here I am.
Jeez.
I'm lobbing it up to you guys. Yeah, you got it right. I'm lobbing it up to you guys. Somebody catch it.
Also to hear
Yo, so you lobbed it up. So is would you rather what?
Would you rather date?
Date? All right. So
Long term.
long-term relationship.
So you lobbed it up. I want to catch it. Windmill.
Okay.
Head on the rim.
Okay.
Smash it. We're going for Fanny Nagisha. Baddie. If you don't know who she is, Google her. Just type up Fanny, Fanny. The moment you put that, see those photos, and you'll see why she's number one on my list.
Okay.
Fanny.
All right, so we got one Fanny. Nay, what you
I
got?
don't even know who Fanny is.
That's a Balotelli is.
I don't know.
You don't know who
You don't
Balotelli
keep
is?
up with Balotelli?
No.
Wait,
I know
we
who he
saying-
is, but I don't know who
Put
his
him on,
ex is.
like, we're saying, like,
You want to date long
Long-term
term?
date.
You don't have to marry, but date long term.
Long term.
Oh, man.
Bro, I need
They're all
more-
celebrities, though.
You don't like celebrities?
Nah.
You or Drake?
I don't blame you.
If I was Drake,
Yes, you're also famous.
no,
Not
'cause
Rihanna.
You have to pick one.
Yeah, I will pick
Oh,
him. Let me think.
You still thinking about it?
You said not Rihanna, huh? Why not Rihanna?
Yeah.
That's probably who I was leaning
know-
towards.
Yeah,
Sex with Rolando.
You just gonna-
So.
So you're going to pick Rihanna? Being
Damn.
the fan of...
The Chris Brown fans.
Are you going to...
I thought that's how you said it.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I fired him up.
So why you pick Riri?
She bad, fool.
Okay.
And she can sing to me when I'm
True.
in bed.
She's gonna want to smash all the time,
Sleep.
bro.
He down?
Well,
Go to the
shit, if we
SNL.
married, fool, then...
No, he said long term.
Long-
Well, I mean,
Day.
they can get married if they want to. You know what I'm
But,
saying?
That's real long-term.
Long-term relationship.
But it doesn't matter because Rihanna, right when you from the jump, she don't want to smash, bro. So.
Yeah.
All right, who else? Who else?
Who else is there? Well, go ahead.
Yeah,
Messi.
I'd say
Oh, y'all want me to go?
Yeah.
This is a very low-key one. It was very, like, hot flash. Like, no one knew, like, if they was really dating. But I'm gonna just snag her since we out here. Zoe Kravitz.
Okay.
That's Zoe Kravitz. Out of the girls we're talking about, like that's the only one I could see, like trying to do the long term relationship with. Serena Williams is a close second for me because Serena Williams, that's the GOAT. You know what I mean? Like that's the girl. Like you could be like, bro, my girl's the GOAT. Like my girl's the GOAT. Like what are you talking about, bro? But and that's just kind of cool because her career's still going and she's still dominant. So you're just like, hey man, I'll be chilling out at Wimbledon like Drake was at one time, and you watching your girl play. Like, hey bro, that's not bad.
True,
but.
She big, fool. She muscle me, fool. That'd be Jesus.
They're not sexy to you?
I mean, some guys like being dominated. But anyway. Anyway, but
another section.
We'll get into that later.
Save it for the dominatrix.
Save it for when Ray Ball comes in.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Good.
Go with J-Lo.
Go with J-Lo?
Ooh, J-Lo
okay.
from the
The
block?
Hispanic girls, man.
Ooh. Hey, don't let Margaret hear.
Okay.
That's his
Said
type,
you love
man.
Hispanic girls, fool.
Okay.
The one's still from the block.
Hey,
right?
and she's a legend too, man.
No, she is. She's from the block. I keep saying that. Hey, she's
Go
still
ahead. What about
legend.
you, bro?
I would say I would lead in J-Lo too.
Dang.
Being like when we were younger, J-Lo being like one of the greats, and she was like one of the flames. Because at the time it was like J-Lo was
So
like,
was Sade?
yeah, true. But I was never a big Sade person, and to me now Sade kind of washed.
That's why you fake.
Looking.
J-Lo kind of washed too, man.
No,
Like,
J-Lo is washed,
There
but
you
I'm
go.
talking about the way they look.
J-Lo be in the movies though. She's still been getting them roles.
No, J-Lo's washed. I think just like more of my type physically, I'd say J-Lo, even though Serena I feel like would be the coolest of these people. Like
Yeah.
I would vibe with her like personality more. But I'm a lean J-Lo because like when we were younger, to me she was like it was Beyonce and J-Lo was like the Hispanic one.
Beyonce.
You know what I mean?
Hispanic.
And since Drake didn't date Beyonce, then we gonna put J-Lo at the
That
top
we
for
know
me.
of, bro.
Yeah, I mean, true.
Some people say
Hey.
Drake Blue Ivy father.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it rolling.
Solange is.
I'm gonna keep it rolling. The next, would you rather still staying on the dating scene kind of thing? Would you rather date your good friend's ex-girlfriend or your good friend's sister? Tread lightly, my friend.
There's so many avenues, like so many questions you can have, of course, right?
I hate this question.
So listen.
Oh,
There's 4 different questions you have to ask, 2 for each. For the ex, of course, how long ago were they dating? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
is it like
Recent
3 exes or is it like the most recent?
Most
ex?
recent ex.
Then nah, you bugging. Going the sister route, you know what I mean? Like older sister, younger sister.
Younger sister.
That's an actual difference, I think, for most people. Like,
Okay, so
No,
tell me
we're not-
tell me the differences between all those things.
exes removed, definitely that definitely makes a huge difference. If it's your most recent ex, like I just broke up, and that's the only girl, like that's not the last girl he just
He
dated.
hasn't
He
had
hasn't
another
done,
girl.
yeah.
Okay,
Come
but
on,
let's
man.
say it was like his girl who he was like in love with. She broke up with him. He's had a girl since, but he might have had
How's it
2
feel?
girls since. But he really liked that girl. She just broke up. With him.
Sister.
Then sister.
Sister all the way. I think it's the
I'm
easiest.
all sister.
Really?
I'm all
Oh,
sister.
You guys
no.
are all sister.
I'm
I'm
all
all ex, man.
Oh, for real?
This is
That's
coming
why
from-
we ain't friends.
This is coming from the guy with a little sister, by the way.
Yeah, I'm all ex. No one here is
that
fucking
is-
dating with my sister.
Oh, damn. Hey, she never responded my DM.
Just while we're in his sister's house. See, there's a 3 of us that don't have any sisters. We can only think of things, especially if you have an older sister. So I feel like that's different. Also.
That's whatever. You know?
Yeah, like your sister's so much older than you. Like it's
No,
like,
you act like that would be weird. Like if one of us started dating his older sister.
That's just fucking weird. Like, I mean,
but I don't think Nathan ever saw that as a real person.
yeah, that's
Like,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
But we're
you
asking
can
like,
say
would it be
theoretically-
cool, would we rather do that? Like, would you rather date Nathan's sister or date Nathan's ex-girlfriend?
You guys just said you guys are team sisters all the way. Real
Yeah,
sisters.
I'm a real sister.
I'm team ex. No matter
matter
the
what?
scenario.
no matter what the
All right,
scenario.
Rella,
No matter
what
the
do you
scenario.
say?
She you go first. Well, I'm still thinking.
no matter what the scenario.
No
matter
matter what the scenario.
So your boy just broke up with his girl.
She like straight.
She broke my heart.
fucked
man.
5 dudes in front of him.
Whoa!
And
Bro,
then
see?
was just like,
Okay.
hey, come here, let me get you next. And you all like, I'm down. I'm the next in the train line, bro.
Of
And you-
course, I'd have to like her. Okay, I wouldn't like a girl that do that. But I'm talking about just in terms of if I had to choose between ex or sister, I'm going ex all the way.
If I'm gonna put in my 2 cents as somebody who's dating both my friend's ex and my friend's sister,
But I wouldn't say you were Ashley's like really good friend.
right. No, I feel you.
And that's different
But
too for girls. I think it's different
for girls because it's not a
girls.
guy's sister.
Yeah.
All right. But just in my head, let's say I came.
So we do know your answer then.
No,
no,
I'm saying.
Wait, no, hide your sister. Hide your ex.
Yeah, I'm both.
No, listen. I imagine coming to your friend because I had to do this. Like I wanted to go to my friend and say, hey man, like I'm thinking about talking to your ex. Like we already kind of hit it off. Like we just started off as friends, but like I see it's growing. Like what do you think about it? And if my friend is like, it's cool, then it's all good. If he's like, it's not cool, then I try to like, distance myself or like try to like figure out another way to make everything okay. But like I can approach my friend. I feel okay with that. If I was gonna go to my friend and be like, hey man, I'm thinking about dating your sister, like I just feel like that would be so much harder of a conversation. Like I couldn't go to Ovi today and be like, hey man, like I've been talking to your sister. Like,
stop, bro.
Please stop.
I can't say like I've been talking to your sister.
I'm
like,
about to turn on
I think
camera.
like me and her kind of. And then every time I come over to his house, he'll be like, "Oh, you here to like pick up my sister?"
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Like, can you imagine? He like that's awkward. Like that's way more awkward to me than like, your ex is here. Like I'm gonna get her out of here.
No, that's way more awkward.
Yeah, I think
because you and your ex do not have a rapport. Like that's not okay. Like most people don't want to see their ex.
But most people also don't want to see their friend sleep with their sister.
Okay, but you don't have to be sleeping. That's a different conversation.
What?
I'm just saying it doesn't have to necessarily be that. Two, it's just like, bro, it's because you're dating their ex, so like you're gonna have to interact with your ex in now some type of capacity.
Okay, that's a different
most likely. That's what
I
I'm
just
saying.
think
That
that can be more of like for the sister thing. I know since you're like overprotective brother, that kind of makes sense. At the same time, I feel like maybe if it meant that much to you, like it would be weird, but like I'd be part of your family, bro. You wouldn't like that? You wouldn't like that, bro?
You guys are talking about like getting to the far point where like
I'm
getting married to your
no,
sister.
that's the thing. That's the thing. You have to get past that, like, because I feel like
but
the thing is like if you do like your ex or something, imagine if like you can't stand your ex. You'll stop hanging out with your friend as much.
Y'all will not be friends anymore.
You guys will just hang out, not with your.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
y'all
what
won't be friends anymore.
Your girl will. Like, if your ex is like, oh, you're gonna go hang out. You're gonna like, let's say circumstances too. She cheated on me or whatever, or like, let's say one of them each other fucked them over.
Yeah.
And then like, let's say I fucked over like my ex, and then she's dating your boy.
Yeah.
And no, but then she's all like, are you really gonna go see him right now after what he
cheated
did
on
to
me? Like
you're
really
gonna
cheated
do
on
that
me?
shit?
Really? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's never gonna F with you. You know what I mean? And that's just.
And then that's the thing. If you want to
keep them
continue that
separated.
girl, no. If you want to keep continuing that girl,
there's more and more you get with that girl, the more and more you're friends.
Separated like
Yeah.
apartheid.
All right, guys, we have to split the Rolo. You got to be the tiebreaker.
Hey, tiebreaker.
wait,
2-2.
y'all both said ex.
Yeah.
Y'all both said sister.
Yeah.
Damn.
What is it?
I don't really care even if they're real sisters.
Nah, I was thinking sister, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
He said especially younger sister. the baby sister.
What's your reasoning, bro?
Man, I don't know. I mean, that would be kind of weird, especially if y'all look alike.
Yeah, bro, they're gonna look a little bit alike.
I know that.
You gonna look into his face, her face sometimes, and be like, "Oh,
No, chill out.
Be like, oh, Chibuzo.
a stroke just like you."
But for ex, if it was ex, like with one of your good friends, then somebody got hurt in that relationship, man.
Yeah.
But at the same, I'll say that too. But then they could get over it.
Yeah.
But at the same, like
Sometimes
breakups aren't that bad though. You know what I mean? Because
but
you guys
I
are all
still
talking
feel
about
like
like, I can't stand him. Like I don't like. It might be a little awkward if they're like, yeah, we used to date. This is weird. But let's just say like they just dated for 4 months, 6 months.
But
like,
I just don't. I never understand that concept of just people being okay with being around their exes. I've never understood that.
people
Like, what do we talk about? Like, I don't know.
People who become good friends with their exes, bothers.
That's weird. I can't do that.
Very odd.
All right, I got one last would you rather. New Power Rangers movie coming out. Would you guys rather be part of the Power Rangers, which I feel like we kind of already are, or would you like to be
3 Black Rangers?
Yeah. No.
2 Yellow Rangers.
We're gonna or mutants, because the Wolverine movie came out, so I was thinking like you could be born a mutant. You don't know if you're gonna be one of the sad mutants where like you look ugly and you're not dope.
You remember in Family Guy when they all got all these superpowers and Meg she could grow her nails really long? That's what I imagine when he said that.
Bro,
He scratched.
Yeah, he's like, ow, that kind of hurt. Is it bleed? Ow, it's not, but that hurt.
So yeah, exactly. So you could be in that scenario, you could be that, or you could end up being super
Ranger.
strong or something. Or you can choose, to be a Power Ranger and like it's gonna be
Guaranteed.
good, but you're not gonna be like you can't be
You don't have a high
as
ceiling.
strong as like Jean Grey or some crap.
So are we doing from mutants that we know exist, or like is it like a chance you could get a random power that you?
Yeah,
don't
I
know?
think
yeah,
it's a
any
random
power.
Oh no, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
Power
too
Ranger.
far.
Yeah, I'd be Power Ranger. I'd change my
Power Rangers don't really have powers.
Yeah, but they cool.
But no, what? Yeah, they do.
They just have the suit. No, they
Yeah,
got power.
they got the suits.
That's
Wait, the
right.
suit head gives them power.
Yeah,
though.
the suit.
The suit gives you power, but you're just a regular person.
Yeah, I'll take
But
that.
you have
No,
the
they're
suit.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those are
Power.
regular people.
Thank you for
That's why they're
describing
a
the
Power Ranger.
Oh my god.
Thank you for describing the name to us. So you would say what? Power Ranger?
I'd be a
Logan?
Power Ranger. Specifically the Green Ranger.
What about you, Buzo?
I'm gonna say mutant because
Why?
Wow.
first of all, the high ceiling. Second of all, if anybody were to ever take away, like nobody could take away my power from me, except like they got the power they can take away the people. Doesn't
Are we
matter.
talking
But I'm
like
saying,
we're fighting villains?
So
or
Rogue,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
take your power away.
I'm saying like whatever I'm assuming you're gonna do something with your power. Otherwise, what are we talking about?
something? No,
Like,
I mean, are we fighting?
you don't
evil?
have to fight
No,
super-
no, because mutants technically just live on their own.
right, but you don't have to fight super villains. But you can use your powers to do things, whether or not you want to. Like, is up
So
to you.
what
But I'm
happens-
saying if I got to be a Power Ranger, I would use my like suit and all that stuff to like stop people from doing bad stuff. But
Nah,
I'm not down for that
I
because
just
like
thought of that.
the government can be like, man, no.
Yeah, that's what I was
mean,
thinking, bro.
we can take away the suit. Or
They
like,
gonna kill my
give it to
family. They
someone
gonna go
else.
after everyone
Yeah,
I love.
but
Bro.
if
You
I'm a-
seen Spider-Man?
Dang.
If I'm a
Donald
mutant,
Trump.
it's like if I'm a mutant, it's like I low key can like I'm me.
Yeah,
like,
but
you
I
can't
think
stop me.
that's the thing. I think someone will find out that though, and
No.
they'll be like, "You need to use this," and they'll
I'm gonna have a
experiment. You don't
secret
think they'll
identity.
experiment?
They will try,
Experiment
but
on
I'll
you?
have a
Experiment
secret.
on you.
I'll have a secret identity. I'll wear like a little masquerade mask. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that was worse.
I'll put the top hat on.
Like they won't recognize the bottom half of your face.
That's how they do it.
I put on the full LeBron mask. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll also like wear
Full LeBron.
a cool suit that doesn't look like my normal clothes. They won't even be able to tell.
What about you?
I'd be the Red Ranger because their outfits look better.
What a great
That's it. The
rationale.
outfits.
What you mean? That's important.
All right.
That's very sus. That was very sus answer. I'm going in. See, originally I was like, bro, I gotta go Power Ranger because just the guarantee, you know what I mean? Like, I want the powers, you know what I'm saying? But it does make sense, like, you do want to actually have the powers, not just have a suit that has powers.
Yeah.
So, but I just, like, think about the low floors of being a
Yeah.
You can grow your hair real fast.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you say if you
I'd
land a
take
power. Sometimes I remember I thought at one point, like, any power is better than no power.
Yeah.
And I was like, that might not be true. Just because if it's like such a like power like Toad.
Yeah.
Like Toad is cool. Like his powers are cool, but like it changed the way he looks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he like walking around on like fours and like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like he just looks weird. It's like your powers aren't that cool to look
Yeah.
like that. Like Nightcrawler is a good
Yeah.
like you know what I mean, like good and evil, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I look weird, but boy, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't get in it with me.
Yeah.
So like that's cool. So I'm just like I'll probably go mutant just because I like rolling the dice, but you know.
Dope thing I just forgot about being a Power Ranger also is that you get to link up with your buds.
Yeah,
you
that's all
guys
the
can
cool
like
part.
put your little machine
All the cool part about
together.
being a Power
Hey,
Ranger,
wait, so
guaranteed
that
friends. We all have the suits.
Wait, so alright, so if I'm a Power Ranger, that means I have like a team of Power Rangers?
Yeah, you gotta be
Well,
a part
yeah,
of the
I mean,
group,
yeah, you
know?
got-
Well, I mean, like that's what
No,
I'm saying.
other
Power
I
Rangers
think
are
I'm
there,
okay with that then.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna be Lone Ranger.
Anyway, no, I'm saying that because like if I were one person and they'd be like, "Oh, you have the Power Ranger suit," that means you have to do stuff for us, and
Oh.
at least I would feel less of like a responsibility.
So you want to be a solo ranger?
No, I would not.
say he
Want to.
doesn't
I want to
want
be a team ranger, and then I thought about mutant too, but I also don't want a shitty power.
Yeah.
But low key, I was like, if I'm a mutant and I have a kid, they could have powers.
See what I'm
So
saying?
like, I think
That's-
it's like they could have an interesting effect. But I'd be
Multi-generational
like
effect.
mad, bro. I'd be like, yo, why you got a liver power? Then?
Yeah, you don't want to be like one of those people who's like your kid is like super strong, like
Yeah.
like
like
why not?
like LeVar Ball.
Yeah. Look how proud that man is. Yeah, all right. I mean, that's all I have for Would You
his
Rather.
mutant clown powers. His son actually got to hoop. He must be so.
Can you imagine, like, your power? You can score 2 points a game in college. Your son, good enough to be a #1 pick.
Oh my gosh, bro.
It's ridiculous.
All right, so we're signing off from the restricted area. Thank you again for listening to our 5th episode. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get the shout out. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, follow us on SoundCloud,
Get that shout out. We'll still be throwing some of those out there.
Yeah.
This your boy Dope Francis, your boy Juicy Nate Dogg, Nathan, your boy A1 Obi, the Oracle himself. We got the boy Chief Buzo on social media, the guy Young Hero, Chibuzo, and of course Ro Dizzle.
Teenage Fever.
Don't let them round your little sister, Rolando.
30 slip for the Filipinas.
Yeah, all you Filipinos.
We
out
still
there,
number
let us
one over
know.
there.
Hey, all the Filipinos out there, actually, make sure y'all follow T Restricted Area. Rolando might slide in the DMs.
He probably already did.
Yeah, if he already did, let us know because we want to talk about that.
All right, we out.